PG-13. This is G.I. Joe 2006. I have 5 figures out of the 23. And well, there's a good majority of these that are convention figures as well. So, like, convention ones we might never get, so we don't even know if we should even count them in the first place, but you never know, because you could come across it. So that's why we talk about all the O-ring figures that Hasbro made. And now we're gonna start off with the ones that I do have for this year. I don't have the original Night Viper, which kind of eluded me, but I'll have to find one because I do need one still. Anyone wants to donate one, feel free to. I guess this might be a Fun School one because it's got the yellow scope, whereas this one here is this 2006 that we're looking at. And there was a Frag Viper as well that was I guess a Collectors Club exclusive, and yet I was able to get it and I wasn't part of the Collectors Club. So there's a Frag Viper. He does look like he's got a cool body, so you can see almost looks like an ant. I never got him yet, but I still need the Frag Viper. So regardless, now the Night Viper is pretty cool, but his weapon doesn't really fit in his hand. So again, you're better off to put a different type of weapon and just use that as, well, I don't know, cosmetic. Just some extra gear that hangs on him. I mean, that's like kind of the worst design, because this one has a thin handle, this one doesn't, but yet you need a handle. So this weapon is definitely missing a handle or hand grip to complete it, as well as even a secondary handle to make it a more effective weapon, like this one does. You know, this one's got 2 handles. You got one here you can easily, use. So anyways, for that year they did have 2 Vipers, and you can see there's a slight variation just with the discoloration. I guess that's a gold color, and we have the silver visor, as well as the difference from the 86 version right here is the legs. You can see they have something different on the legs. Other than that, it's pretty darn similar. So that is definitely another awesome version of the Viper. And in the past, was it 98, they called the Vipers Cobra Troopers and Officer. So you can see how Hasbro confuses things and doesn't stay true to the OG original line. So again, Hasbro, the people at Hasbro seem to have, I don't know, you got something that's perfect and then you want to distort it or ruin it. You don't stray from the perfection. You can do different camouflage patterns. That works, as well as different color variations do work. But when you start ruining the mold or changing it, it's not as great. It is still a fantastic looking figure, but they must have lost the mold for the legs. Well, let's change this. What worked best should stay. But Hasbro doesn't seem to get that point. I guess because they keep firing their staff. Hasbro is a toxic work environment. Now here we have the Communist, and this hat was Marauders Inc. So maraudersinc.com, you can find helmets and accessories that fit. And his head is not too badly shrunken voodoo head, so it actually works. So his head seems to be better proportioned, so that's not too bad. And I think this one is Sergeant Misha Zablinskov. Sergeant Misha Zablinskov. Oh, it's so hard to pronounce this Russian. Anyways, another cool figure you can get for your communist army that you can build. So I am trying to find more of those Rocktober guards and stuff, so anyone wants to send me some communists, please do. I need some more. They're harder to find for me because obviously it's hard to find G.I. Joes in Canada. Duh. But anyways, this is definitely a cool figure to get if you can find them. So you can build your comrades. So the Marauders Inc. hat fits on perfectly. Das. Here we can even try to tilt it a bit. See if we can get it better pose there. For our comrade. So there you go. That one works. Now, here we have the Cobra Trooper. And this is the comic pack one that I like. The other comic pack ones from other years, you know, their head sculpts just suck. Like, they didn't make it proportioned. If they would have made the head sculpt proportioned, then it might have worked. But it doesn't look good. Doesn't look right. So anyways, the Cobra Trooper here. This one has a cool gas mask. And again, I think they used a different type of plastic for this. So it's not the like original type plastic. It's a different kind. But it's a cool head sculpt. That is a phenomenal look. You know, it's got the cool gas masks or respirators, whatever you like to use them for. And well, we always loved the original Cobra Soldier. But you know, Cobra Trooper Soldier, whatever they want to change the name to. But you can see this Cobra Trooper has the officer body mold. So again, they always confuse the two. And the officer chevrier or chevron or whatever you want to call that little thing in the helmet, that's the officer. So this Cobra Trooper should just be another Cobra officer. But Hasbro gets it wrong again. They don't even know their own figures or figure molds or what they mean. And you can see this is why you don't really want to count these as the O-ring figures, because they have a different arm mold. And I was fooled before when I first got back into it. I was like, oh, this guy looks awesome. Then you get him, it's like, well, it's not as great. You could take the arms off of Hannibal. The legs are similar to the O-ring, but again, because they cheaped out and they made a thinner waist piece, the legs don't even fit into the hips. Like, look at that. So this is pretty pathetic how they ruin the O-ring type figures and try to do something different, because they don't seem to get it. And you can tell just by these. It's like, this is not our O-ring figures. You know, the proportions are all wrong. The heads are all shrunken voodoo heads. Just tiny little heads. You know, these ones suck. I give these to my kids to play with. They're junk. G.I. junk. Now, if we have enough time, we'll go through the figures. Because, well, there's only 23 O-rings figures for this year. And we'll have a quick look as well. So we got this one here, and the weird thing is his name is Classified. That's just so stupid. Then we have Stalker with the shrunken voodoo head. This guy here, Tommy Arakishe I can't even pronounce Arishikagi, only because I've heard people say Arishikagi. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to pronounce that. Then we have the Cobra Trooper. We have Lady J with a shrunken voodoo head. Then we got some more comic pack ones. I guess these are Russians. Oh, so we got Dragonsky, Dragonsky, Dragonsky. Then we got Lieutenant Gorky. And we already told you this one, Misha Zablinskov. So that's the one we have there. The Devil's Due. So again, for O-rings, there's the two Vipers. And here we have the Frag Viper. We've already just looked at that. Then the Night Viper. And then we have, this is, I think, is it the Range Viper? Anyways, yeah, this one is, yeah, Frag, there's a Frag Viper. So, anyways, no, that is the Frag Viper. Sorry. That's Frag Viper version 3, that's why it confuses you. And then, so the other one's Frag Viper 2. So then this one here is a Range Viper. Kind of looks cool, these two. Frag version 3. And then we have the exclusives. So we have one that looks like Snake Eyes, but it's not Snake Eyes. It is Cobra Mortal. Then we have a Coil Trooper. And then we have, I think it is Red Dog, Mercer. That's Major Blood. That one isn't an O-ring. This one is an O-ring. Now, it's kind of puzzling because I thought there was more versions of this one, but Overlord, this says version 2, but yet I think I've seen another version before. And then we got Sergeant Slaughter, it says version 5. I think we've already looked at quite a few Slaughters. And this guy here, this is the Skull Squad Trooper. And it looks like they just put Crimson Guard head on him. And then we have Taurus. So there is a few convention ones for that year, and otherwise it wouldn't be 23. It would be far less. So, but oh well. I don't know if we'll ever come across the convention ones, but it's good to know that they're there. that they're there. Another thing is, you know, North Korea is sending 50,000 troops to Ukraine. I would believe that's considered World War III. North Korea threatening to nuke the States, you know, that's not a good thing. So, as well as North America, you think if they threaten a nuke, that they should just be outright nuked. That'd be retaliation for threatening to nuke. You just nuked the bastards. So, again, you should be well prepared, because I had visions in the past that North Korea and Russia bring their subs along each coast, the east and west coast, and they try to nuke 11 cities, and they're successful with 7 from their subs. So that's one of my visions I had in the past. And I've had a few visions where we were invaded sometime around Christmas, as well as a nuclear war starting sometime in the summer. I just see different visions, but anyways, hopefully those visions don't come true, because a nuclear war would decimate the world, and we don't need that. As well as